Hello, welcome to War with a Mate. It's the after party with me, James.
Me, Andy.
We're done with the practice scenario of the campaign for North Africa. It wrapped up last week, and it feels
a satisfying draw.
Oh, what a climactic finish to spend 22 months of our lives just to wrap it up with with nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing burger, I believe, is the hip phrase, where something is just pointless.
Yeah.
And that's how it feels. I don't know how well that term will age, but I know what has aged, Andy. I miss the game.
Yeah, it's odd.
I don't know why.
So we explained a bit last week. We're doing a little hiatus, so welcome to the hiatus, guys.
Yeah, welcome to the in-between days.
We are gonna... Well, we know when we'll tell you in a sec, but basically we're not going to be playing the game directly for a while because we're going to get everything sorted before the run, get spreadsheets, any automation, even getting the website sorted out for being easier and better to update.
Yes.
So we got a bunch of stuff to sort out. So that does mean we are... Should we tell them when we're...
Yeah, so I guess to give a bit of elaboration on it. So we're going to sort out our spreadsheets. We're going to make sure everything's visible for you guys. You'll have heard this a lot. We ran it on about it during the playthrough because it was something to look forward to in the future. But now it's actually here. We've got some stuff in mind. We've got big plans. Hopefully you'll enjoy them all. And a core part of that is making sure you can follow the game along in every aspect. So the podcast will come out every week with play, as it always has done through the practice run, but you'll also have sight of the spreadsheets with maybe a couple of weeks lag. And
I think we'll probably set something up where at the end of a turn, that turn will get published.
That's what we're looking at. These are the kind of details we're figuring out at the moment. And we want to make sure you can see every detail. You can look at the spreadsheets. You'll get clear pictures of the board every week so you know where all the pieces are. Just so you can really feel like you can follow every aspect of the game rather than doing theatre of the mind like you have done for the last 2 years, where we just talk about going to Mersa Matruh or Bardia or Fort Madalena, and you have to just kind of visualise, oh, that's probably where this is. Or for the more committed of you, go out and look at the board and see what that looks like. So that's a big part of it. And we have a definitive stop point, a deadline at which point we will be starting the full game. And I guess, yeah, Andy, we'll not sugarcoat it anymore. We decided, and this worked out very nicely for a few reasons. The day we'll be starting the full playthrough of the campaign for North Africa will be on our 100th episode. That will take place on the 30th of October, which is exactly 2 years from the date that we first discovered the game.
Yep, that's a nice bit of synchronicity.
Will that be 2 years or will that be 3 years? That will be 2 years,
No,
yeah.
2, yeah.
Yeah, 2024, yeah.
We didn't buy it and then wait a year and then not learn the rules for too long.
Yeah, so we found the game on the 30th of October. I found this from a screenshot on my phone a little while ago. 30th of October, 2024 is when we first discovered the game, and we'll be recording our 100th episode on 30th of October, 2026. And it will be a special episode. We've got an announcement coming about that episode and how it will be a bit different from the others. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye out. That'll be coming in the next few weeks. But that's when we're going to start. Everything between now and then is going to be prep. And we can assure you this will be a little bit different from the first 15 episodes of the podcast. So there will be a bit of a parallel in that the practice run is bookended with prep. But prep this time means we're structured.
And it's not going to be us screaming about the rules. Because that's also part of it. We are going to go over the rules with a fine-tooth comb to try and really lock everything down before we even start.
But we're veterans now. We don't need to worry about, oh, these rules are too complicated. I know they're complicated, and I know I'm going to suffer. I'm going to have a breakdown partway through, maybe every turn, but I know what I'm getting into this time. So that's blunted the immediate force. So I'm pleased about that. It means when we're doing that prep, it's going to be about the logistics of it. We can abstract the pain. We can make it all about detail.
Yes.
And because of that, we can continue doing everything else we have done, which is history segment,
Yes, still doing that.
common ground,
Yep.
fruit zone,
Yep.
everything everyone loves,
Everyone's favourites.
everything everyone loves, and fruit zone it'll all still be here. And mailbag, of course, will continue. Any questions about the game, whether it's the practice run or what's coming, we'll go through all of those, or everything. We'll answer everything at this point. And we've also decided, in a means to keep the first part of the podcast structured, because some of that prep work might be hard to translate into talk, as we found at the very start of the podcast. That's why we went on so many fucking tangents.
Yes, it's
Which we can't promise we won't do that.
the tangents will still be there, but they won't be the whole episode.
Yes, for those folk that often give the feedback of, really love the podcast, first 15 episodes, bit crap. We heard you, and we know. It's fun, it's got a charm, but it's not what we have got to now. So what we will be doing is game recap, but not of the campaign for North Africa.
Yes.
We are instead, each week, alongside all this prep work, we're going to be playing board games that can be finished within an evening, which is very, very foreign for us. It's a very alien idea. But we did that today. And today we didn't actually do any game prep. We decided we're going to have a week off. I had a late finish from work. We thought we'll make this one a bit of an easy one for us. So we sat down and we played a game of chess.
Yeah, something nice and simple.
A nice, simple game. It's the quintessential board game.
It's the non-thinking man's board game.
it's for idiots.
I mean, it's got what, 64 squares?
Yeah, not even hexes. They've got 4 sides.
One less side, so that means it's a fifth less complicated just from the shape of the squares.
Hexes
and then
have
also
6, buddy.
It's not an exact size to...
Yes, it is. It's geometry. It's an exact science. It's foundational to human understanding of the world.
Well,
Andy.
you learn something every day, and
You
what I've
knew
learned
this.
is hexes have 6 sides.
You knew this already. This isn't information that you've just gained.
So anyway, you got 64 squares instead of... How many hexes are on there?
Oh, I mean, at least 100.
Yeah, I'd like to see Magnus Carlsen figure this out.
Yeah, that guy would be wetting his pants.
Too many things to calculate. You need to be dumb to play.
Is he the guy who freaked out when he lost?
I don't. I had something where he was like wearing jeans, and they were like, "You can't wear jeans," and he was just like, "Fine, I'm going to leave. It's not a real world championship if I'm not there."
You can't wear jeans?
No, it's very stuffy for no reason.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was for like cheating, like anti-cheating rules, like jeans. You could have
No,
anything in
it's
your
like
jeans.
how you could technically wear jeans to play golf, but like a golf club won't let you.
Oh, okay.
They'll like make you wear a polo shirt.
Oh, it's all optics. I
Yeah.
see. Yeah. Oh, well, in that case, I'm never going to play chess because all I do is wear jeans.
Yeah.
I'm a jean guy.
And also, you don't want to take that butt plug out.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you don't want to. You gotta cheat with that butt plug. That's twice today. That's come up to me, by the way.
Oh, really?
The conversation about using a butt plug for something other than, I guess, butt fun. Someone at work today talked about using it as a means to use it as like an alarm.
That's a real fun work topic of conversation. Also, what's the alarm?
I don't know, that the guy I talked to, really smart guy.
Sounds like
No, honestly, really smart guy. Very into board games, actually. Always, the issue is I've created this this mythology around myself of I play the campaign for North Africa. So he'll always come to me at work and ask, "Oh, if you play tabletop games and you play board games, have you played?" And then describes some game system that I've never heard of, and I'm like,
Bro,
"I'm sorry, man,
I've played the campaign for North Africa, D&D,
That's it.
and Honey Heist,
Those are and everyone is Bob."
and everyone is Bob. Yes.
So I've played very limited tabletop roleplay games. So he'll talk to me about that. And he also told me today about Ocean Gate. And this is a fun fact.
Oh, is that the
That's the collapse
billionaires
submarine.
who died? Yeah.
Yeah. He told me that apparently it happened so fast that the biological processes of death couldn't actually take place
Right.
because it happened so quick.
So they died so hard they didn't die.
Yeah, it was so quick that whatever death is defined as in a biological sense, that stage didn't occur.
That's not true.
They
They're not still alive.
No, they're not alive. More case of whatever the process of death is didn't occur.
Death isn't like it's just you stopping.
But I guess there is a biological...
The process of death happened when their bodies were crushed into dust by the pressure of the ocean.
It's the case that your body has to die at some point. Like there is a moment where your body is there, but it's transitioned. I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of a grey area. But I think it was like 900 atmospheres of pressure. They just it was such an instant thing. I don't know the ins and outs, but it was a cool fact or a cool thing for him to say. Whether it was a fact or not, I don't know, but I liked it.
I'm definitely going to regurgitate that, even though I think it's bullshit.
Well, I have.
I'm definitely going to be at the pub and be like, hey, check this shit out. And it's going to, where did you hear that? And it'll be like, a friend of a friend, and I thought it was bullshit at the time.
Listen to me talk about it on my podcast, and it's the clip there of you. I think it was bullshit. So yeah. To get back, there we go, tangents already. So we played some chess today. We thought we'll get back to basics.
Yeah,
and we not only played it, we also recorded our gameplay, and we'll release this as some bonus content in the future. We're working on some of that as well. Also, stay tuned.
For anyone that wants to see some high-level chess.
Yeah, or whatever we did. So we'll be recording the gameplay and some of the bits and pieces. Keep an eye out for the 100th episode. All coming out then. And we had 2 games. Because the first game, I did a little feint, I believe it is, where I tricked you, Andy. I hoodwinked you. Because you went into this thinking, all right, I don't know what James's skill level is in chess. It's been a long time since we played. We used to play when we lived together.
Yeah, we'd occasionally have a...
That was like 7-8 years ago. So we haven't played together since then. So when we went into it...
So you've been refining your game over that time?
I've been playing on my phone earlier today because I knew we were doing this later. So on my lunch break at work, I played some chess on my phone.
Is that why you messaged me going, what are we going to play? So you could download whatever we said and practice at lunch?
Well, I'd already been playing chess, and I asked that because I was like, I think I need a bit more time. Because I was playing on easy difficulty on the chess app that I have, and I was not doing well. And you're pretty good at chess.
Yeah, but it's kind of...
Don't be subtle and humble right now.
No, but it's like the thing of like, we thought we were pretty good at poker because we are fairly good at poker relative to the people we were playing with.
Yeah,
but then the second we went like and did like online or anything, it was like, oh no, we're not good at poker. I think chess might be a bit like that, where it's like, all right, because of I don't play people who like constantly play chess.
Online poker is very different from in-person poker, though.
Oh yeah,
because
I hate online poker.
I kind of enjoy online poker just because it's a fun thing to do. I used to do it when I worked at a place. It was a sales job I had during COVID, and since we couldn't go for like team nights out or for a meal or anything like that, we instead would go and do an online poker tournament and play that together as a team.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, because we used to put it up on the big telly.
Yeah. So we would set that up and play that when we had some downtime.
That's all right. I just don't like, if you go on like a poker app and you just go into like a random game.
Well, yeah,
I feel like everyone's just like all in.
Yes, immediately.
And it's like, so there's none of the like fun of poker here.
Yeah, because poker isn't all in fun. That's not the enjoyable part. So, yeah, but thankfully we didn't play poker. We played chess. We played a thinking man's non-thinking game. But the first time round, I thought, okay, let's make this easy for Andy. So I lost to you in 3 turns.
4, I think.
I think the 4th one was checkmate. Yeah.
Yeah, I hit you with the fools, mate.
And that was unfortunate.
It was.
That took the wind out my sails a little bit. And I'll be honest, and we recorded this. I nearly just stopped playing. I was pretty happy to just shut the board up there and just pretend we didn't do that and just start the podcast today and act like we didn't play any games.
It's a dick opening gambit.
Well, yeah, it is. So I guess For that, fuck you.
Fair enough.
But also, we played a second game.
We did.
And this one went better. This one lasted a bit longer.
Yeah.
And I did lose. I will concede that I lost again. But I did get you in check at one point.
You did.
And that for me is a big move because you are good at chess. And this isn't a case of like, oh, well, maybe compared to this. There's only one other guy that I know who's definitely better than you at chess that I know personally. And it's other James. You remember that we used to play D&D with occasionally?
Yes.
Yeah. Because he's a guy who knows all of the opening moves. He knows
actually knows the names for stuff.
Yeah, he knows the names of like all of the different tactics.
That's the step past. Like, that's the like thing like with poker, when you go from like, oh, you're playing with your friends to like someone like knows the odds and ranges. Like they're actually doing the maths. I feel like that's with chess where it's like, oh, they know opening. They know like structures and stuff. It's like you've gone that step beyond.
It's like going to like a friendly poker game. It's like your friend invites you around from work. It's like, oh, we're having a poker game. And you sit down, you know everyone there, except one guy sat there with sunglasses on, a cap, and an earphone in.
Yeah.
And he's not talking to anyone.
And he's telling everyone he's never played poker before, but then he's doing like crazy stuff.
Yeah, he's taking your money is what he's doing. And that's fucking crazy. You can't do that. So that's what that guy was like. James was so good. But this James, unfortunately, it doesn't run in the James line.
No, so, it's not a name-based talent.
No, unfortunately not. So I was absolutely destroyed. I lasted out a good while though. I think we must have played we played for about 15 minutes for that game.
Yeah, I think.
So we got a good inning. I think when it comes to chess, Andy, since we're doing a review on chess, I guess that's where we are here. What do you rate chess out of 10? If you had to give it a rating out of 10.
I think I'd give chess an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
That's really solid. But does a lot of that sway depending on the player that you're against?
No, I was sort of taking that into account, I think. Okay,
so that's your average.
I think so, yeah.
So in a really good game of chess, where does that swing? If you had like a really good game of chess, like it went on and like you found yourself really challenged and you have like a nail-biting finish and you pull through at the end and to the point where you're like inspired to shake the hand of the player, what does that become out of 10?
I guess that's like a 9 maybe. Are we doing decimals?
Go on then.
Maybe like a 9.3, I guess.
9.3. Wow, okay.
I think chess has got a lot of potential to have a lot of fun with it.
It does. It definitely does. I think the issue with chess for me is when I play a game, I like a bit of chit chat. Whether it's kind of like, fun smack talk or whether it's just a bit of friendly banter.
Yeah.
You don't really get that during chess. I found that today.
It's a bit like the golf thing with it being proper. Like,
yeah,
there's a bit of a vibe of.
There's decorum to be had with chess.
Yeah.
It's not like poker. With poker, part of it is shooting the shit. But with chess, I found you didn't have that.
No.
So when we recorded this extra episode that we've got for the release later, it did feel a bit jarring at times where I was like, I don't know what to say to you. You're my friend, and I feel like I'm sitting across from a stranger. I feel rude talking to you right now.
I shouldn't knock him off his focus
because it's so binary of a thing of just right. I'm done. You'll go.
Yeah.
And while that is the fundamental of all board games, there's something about chess where it's like there's an urgency.
Yeah.
There's a demand there and then. You don't sit back and have a chin wag and then, oh, sorry, it's my turn. But if you think about poker, you do have that.
Yeah. Poker's it's more of a group thing.
That's true. I mean, yeah, heads up poker.
Because if you're playing heads up poker and it's your bet and you're just spending you obviously have thinking time. But if it gets to the point where someone's like in a heads up game of poker, someone has to go, it's your go.
Yeah, at that point, you're
being
not playing
rude.
Yeah, I guess that is part of it as well. I think part of it, and I'll have to get to grips with this over the next 10 or so weeks, is I'm not playing the campaign for North Africa with you.
Yeah.
There isn't so much stuff in the middle where a full turn takes weeks.
Yeah.
So to go from one move to the other immediately it's that game's kind of fucking broken me
Yeah.
because the only other game we play together is D&D, and there are no turns, so to speak, apart from combat.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is now to have a turn. I've lost that.
Yeah. I do think chess, is missing one of the aspects I like from games.
Yeah,
Which
cards.
is randomness.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it's probably about as that. I've not played much Go, but I think like chess and Go are the sort of top of the like.
What's Go?
With the black and white little dots, and you take turns putting them, and you're trying to enclose each other's.
Oh yes,
I think it's
I've never played
bigger
that.
in Asia. I think it's probably
Yes.
very reductive, but I think it's like Chinese chess. Apologies to anyone if that's not how you characterize Go.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I also for some reason have that connotation with it,
Yeah.
where it does seem to be more of an Asian leaned game.
I think
don't
it
know why, but
originates there.
Yeah. So
Because that took. I still think the like grandmasters in that are still holding on against computers. Maybe
oh wow,
might be right. That might be out of date, but I think they held on a lot longer than like chess.
that's interesting because now it's at the point where I feel like technology's surely at the point where any computer can be not any computer. Sorry, I've put this the wrong way. Where a computer could beat you at any game.
I think anything fixed.
Yeah.
Like you never.
If it has an aspect of chance, then I guess
Then
no.
there's like something there, but even like I think poker, you can make like a poker bot that'll play
easy,
like optimal, and you'll make money over time.
Yeah, because I guess with poker, there is so much chance.
Yeah, and also
involved in
like the
that.
weird thing with poker is if you've got like a 52% win rate, that's enough.
Yeah,
Like, but you are gonna lose a lot.
yeah, because if you remove the bluff aspect of poker, and if you give a computer the means to play poker, and you cut out for whatever reason the aspect of bluffing or lying, and just go straight off card value, then you end up in a position where you're going to win quite a lot against the computer. Maybe not all the time.
No, I think the computer will come out ahead.
Yeah. Not all the time, not the majority of time. But yeah, I think the computer will win most of the time, but you will still definitely get one over on it. Whereas I feel like there's absolutely games, I think chess is definitely one where you can program a computer and it will always play optimal moves.
Well, that was the whole thing. What was it called? There was like they had a whole thing, and I think it was like Bobby Fischer, maybe, really bad guy. But I think they had a bunch of games against computers maybe in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
Like where they were getting like chess grandmasters to come on and play like the top of the line computers. And then it just got to a certain point where it's like they just can't win.
That's interesting. I'd like to see the metrics of what games, like a sort of chart of like.
There's probably
How
a
many
chart of
games
like
there
them
are.
picking them off over time.
Yeah.
Like a computer will always, even a person can always get a draw/win in tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
Like that's a solved game.
Yes, that's one where I used to know that as well. I used to know the method.
Yeah, I think it's if you
always-
go first, you go on opposite diagonals, and then they can't.
Yeah,
Then they have to block. Yeah,
I used to do that because I used to do it in sixth form. I used to challenge people to it, and
Yeah.
I would always win or draw.
Oh, a game I played loads in sixth form. You know the one where you draw the box and then you take turns drawing lines,
Oh, yeah. And you have to draw it in
and
the-
you want to
the
get
formation.
like as much like enclosed.
Yes.
I remember playing that a lot in like textbooks or like notebooks in class.
Yeah, I used to be quite good at that as well. Oh, we should play that. What I would like to do is play with a computer in a co-op game, specifically Arkham Horror. I'd like to have a computer companion and just see what they get up to in that game without being able to communicate with it.
I know we talked about AI a bit and not being huge fans, but it would be very funny to have a Arkham Horror game where none of the AIs know it, but they think all the other players. You tell it all the other players are players, and you're like the only AI, but it's like Claude, ChatGPT, like,
and see how they get on,
and they all think they're playing with humans,
and see if they freak out at any point.
Yeah,
that would be fun. Yeah, I think that's a good.
I think that's a good use for AI to trick it,
to lie to it, so that it's more disenfranchised with humanity.
Yeah.
I think chess for me, I would give chess a 6 out of 10. In terms of like what I think of chess independent when I'm not playing it, I think it's like a 9. I think I agree with that. I think as a game
folded
designed
in the like cultural thing in that 8.
Okay,
like, I was sort of it might drop a bit in terms of like purely as a game, but like as a
I think in terms of what it is, like I'd give it a 9 in terms of its core design.
Yeah,
I think it's an incredible design. That's why it's lasted so long. In terms of the fun I have with it, like a 6. Like it's a good game, but I think it removes a lot of the aspects of what I enjoy with board games.
Yeah,
I like the chat. I like the chance. The random chance is a massive part for me, and not knowing what's coming next.
Yeah,
when it's entirely dictated by each other's moves, it removes some of that fun. It removes the board becoming a personality.
Well, that's the opposite to that is Carcassonne, where you build the board.
Yes.
And we're definitely going to play that because we've played so much of that.
Yes, that will also be one of the games we're going to play in this hiatus.
Because I remember once I went on a night out and I think you'd stayed in for whatever reason. And I ran into some like high school friends I hadn't seen for ages.
I remember this.
And then we got chatting, and then Carcassonne came up. And then we came back at like 5 a.m. and started up a game. And I think you came through at one point, like, what's going on? We're like, oh, we're playing Carcassonne, we're about to finish. Do you want to play the next one?
Yeah.
And I think you like joined in at like 7 a.m. after you'd slept, and we were all on like...
Yeah, because I remember you guys were like, oh, do you want a drink? And I was like, yeah, sure. This is, I guess, breakfast for me. But I was like 20, so that was fine.
Yeah.
And I remember that very specifically because we also, that night, played Jenga on a Lazy Susan.
Yes, that was really fun.
I had a good night. We get those guys around for the campaign for North Africa.
I'll try to run into them again. Jenga on a Lazy Susan that takes Jenga up a level. It's so much more fun.
It's crazy how much that enhances things. Oh, we should play the campaign for North Africa on a Lazy Susan.
Would it be each board on its own, or we better find a Lazy Susan big enough to put the whole board on?
Everything's rotating. Every single piece is on a tiny Lazy Susan and just spinning.
I think the Lazy Susan for the full board is like the swing bridge.
I mean, yeah, at that point, it's just a roundabout. It's you know the things that they put trains on when they put them into the sheds?
Yes.
The original Lazy Susan. The kind they have in Thomas the Tank Engine.
Do you think there's a Susan? No, I know that sounds ridiculous, but do you think
somewhere out there is a Susan?
But do you think the Lazy Susan is a reference to like a specific Susan?
No, I reckon Susan has a different meaning. I think it's one of those words where it's like something about the name is taken on some other meaning, and a Susan is something else.
Oh,
and this is a Lazy Susan,
right?
So I think Susan is a personification of a type of device, maybe. And this is a Lazy Susan, and Susan's like a colloquialism.
You don't think it was like a woman called Susan who was sick of handing stuff to someone on the other side of the table, so it like invented it so they could wheel it round?
No, because that sounds like some sort of like tele-shopping advert type device, where it's like, here we have the Lazy Susan, and it's, yeah, at that point.
That is actually, the Lazy Susan is a telemarketing invention before telemarketing.
Yeah. It's because it's crap.
It's
but it is handy.
It's crap, but it's one of the things where you're like, it'll catch your eye, and you're like, maybe I do need that.
It's like the X5 Steam Mop.
Yes, like, I was literally thinking of that mop.
It's like, who buys this? And then you sit for a few moments, and you're like, that. But I do have laminate flooring, so that would be useful. I'm
not a big drunk shopper on like Amazon or whatever.
Me neither, thankfully. I think that would be such a rabbit hole.
I think I'd be a drunk TV shopper if I'd been born like 30 years earlier.
I'd hope not, because one of our common grounds was completely
against
contrary to that.
But then we also realized
that we are kind of in that category, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I miss the game. I miss the game.
Yeah, never thought that would be the case.
It feels so wrong
to have a week where we're not playing it.
Yeah, just even now there, I've just caught myself where I'm kind of like, oh, we need to be talking about the game. Like, oh, I've went on too much of a tangent, but we're still talking about the games we've been playing, but, I mean, we're talking about Lazy Susan, so not really. I feel like the structure we've decided on is not entirely eradicating the tangents, but at least it won't be for the whole episode.
Yeah.
We I guess any thoughts on the game, Andy? We just finished. You got any reflection on the game? We'll do this as we go for the next 10 weeks. But is there anything that you've been waxing about in your head about finishing the practice scenario?
I honestly think it's been a bit of not looking at it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's been such a big thing. It's almost been like, have a week without it.
I guess that's kind of how I've felt. Like, I miss it, but I'm kind of just looking forward. The full game, I'm excited to start. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
But there is part of me that I think if I do think about it for too long, it's crazy that it's over, and I do miss that we've done the practice scenario.
Yeah.
If it's one of those things where it feels like it's going to last forever.
And then it did feel like it ended suddenly.
Yeah, like in the moment that we did the last turn
was like, oh wait, I thought we were months from.
Well, it was so built up. Like every week, I'd be like, "All right, this is it. Oh, we're one turn to go. Oh, we're on the last op stage." And then I'm just stood there, and it's over. And I'm like, "Well, what do I say now? We finished, right? Now, what do I say next?" I guess we played chess.
Off to Durham for a Kinder Bueno.
It's just such a surreal thing to commit 22 months and then wrap that up.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot longer coming, but it is crazy. I think the game is going to be more exciting knowing I've missed it when we do start up the full thing.
Yeah, I think it'll give us it'll get us through the first few turns with a bit of a surge of like, oh, it's back.
And I think comparing, I'll always be comparing.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I'll always be comparing the first 6 turns. Like, as we play through, I'll always be thinking, how was it looking when we were doing the practice run?
Yeah.
How were my guys positioned? What was the sort of pendulum swing of control? How many trucks did I have? You know, what was my Air Force looking like? And I'll always be comparing it.
I think it's going to look so different for a couple of reasons, though.
Caution, I think, being the biggest one.
Yeah, I mean, one, we've learned from some mistakes we made, but also, like, the last 2 turns were, like, such a hectic pace, because we knew there was not hectic pace. I don't think you can ever describe anything as hectic.
Glacial might be the word you're looking for.
But there was, like, we were both doing as much as we could, because we knew there were 2 turns left.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, I'm not going to make that charge on Bardia on turn 6 of the full game.
Yeah, there's no way.
Because I'm not like, oh, cool, I'll like burn out the 7th and everything to take this thing. And then, oh, sweet, now I just have to hold it for 108 turns.
Yeah, we can't work at that breakneck speed. We can't even work at the pace that we did the first 4 turns. There has to be a change in pace, I think, the way we approach it.
Yeah. I think we might get through stuff a bit faster. I think there'll be less. Because combat's one of the big time consumer.
Well, a big thing, actually, to bring up, I guess, putting you on the spot on the mic. When it comes to stuff like their broke down vehicle tokens, are we going to start putting them down on the board?
I think we should.
Because we didn't used to do that. We kept spreadsheets for it. But I think maybe we label everything on the board, especially if we're sharing it.
Put them on the board. We put the POWs on the board.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think we even, the barrage ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe we don't magnetize them, obviously, but like even them we'll just put on so it's like clear in the.
Well, they're good not to
images,
magnetize,
yeah,
because we can just pop them down on the units that have been hit.
And there's the plain tiles you put when you put them down for
missions
where the missions are going.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, we should illustrate all of it so when we're putting out the imagery, there we go. See, we're doing some of the game prep here and now. You're live with it all. But we've got some great ideas. We think they're great ideas for the full playthrough, and it's ways to keep everything really engaged and for you guys to be part of it. We're really looking forward to it, and we really hope you guys enjoy it as well. But the best way for us to find out about that is to hear from you, and we can think of no better way than reading your actual words from your real-life emails. We're going to delve into the mailbag.
Let's do it.
This big burlap sack. And first of all, we have... Now, I don't know what the subject line says.
Urgent.
Urgent?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in Morse code.
I read Morse code.
No, you just translated it right there, haven't you? Have you got it up on your screen? Hang on, you've got glasses on. Can I read it in your glasses?
No, I closed the top.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the Audacity feed. We have an email from Stephen. And Stephen says, oh, would you believe it, Andy? Hello from Chicago. I've just read the next line. I'm not actually from Chicago. I'm here on vacation, but couldn't resist opening with that line. I'm actually from Detroit. I don't know. That's still in the US.
Yeah.
So I see the US as one.
As Chicago.
I see it as Chicago now. I'm actually from Detroit. I'm glad I caught up with the podcast in time for the trip here. I was able to make the War with a Maid pilgrimage to the Balbo column. There's a picture attached as well. That's fantastic. I love that there is a War with a Maid pilgrimage now. That's so awesome that we've had more than one email where we've had someone go there. Oh,
Do you think most of the people that visit that, even though it's only 2, are from us?
No. I think that's incredibly hubristic of you.
Did you? Who else is going to it?
I feel like it's a historical monument. People do go.
Yeah.
Even though the guy was a bit of a shitbag, it's still the case that people would go. The most recent episode I listened to was 78. I can't wait to hear you talk about the live show, as you've not talked about it as of writing this email. Wow. That goes to show when this was.
Yeah.
Because we've rabbited on about that now. The whole thing is available on YouTube. So,
yep.
Minus the 5 minutes where the camera died. Very much enjoying the podcast. Ever since I first heard of the game, I've been intrigued. So thank you for letting us all live vicariously through your podcast. Now to a question. With the practice scenario almost over, it still hurts. Are you more excited to start over, actually knowing what the heck is going on, or dreading going through the first few turns? All right, that's a question. How do you feel on that, Andy? Because now we're in a very good position to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to start now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I did have a concern that like going through the first 6 turns was going to be a real slog, like doing it again. Yeah. But I'm pretty confident it's going to feel completely different.
Yes.
That it's not going to be like let's get through the stuff we've already done type vibe, because it's not the stuff we've already done.
Yeah, I guess that is it. It's going to be such a fresh experience because we're not looking at it from the same angle anymore. We're coming in so fresh. This isn't about getting through a practice run. This is about setting ourselves up for a full game.
Completely different, like pacing and tone.
Yeah, the whole thing's going to be different. It's going to be it's going to be an alien experience looking at this from the perspective of we're doing this for 29 years, not we're doing this and then we're going to do it.
Yes, we're going to be in the thing.
Yeah, I think there will be a sort of strangeness in that, because knowing that this is the full thing, everything's always on the line.
Yes.
The risk is always there. It's not a case of sandbox this and get to know the game. This is the game. The thing that we've committed to doing, we're in it at all times. We're always on a knife edge.
Yeah. And things like the truck bandits, where it's like, I can spend these guys to cause a bunch of chaos. If they're gone for 105 turns, they would probably have done more good if they'd been used more conservatively, rather than just losing those guys. They did cause a lot of damage.
They did.
You did sort of stabilize from that damage towards the end.
Which is really reassuring, by the way. That's another reason I think these turns are going to be painted so differently in my head, is knowing that you can recover.
Yes.
And knowing that there's cost to it, but you can't... I mean, I turned around my truck situation.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Fairly rapidly once you, like, figured out your supply lines.
Yeah, knowing where I need to get my stuff. So that's such a strange perspective that I have now, knowing that I can go into this and I can fix mistakes. But again, the trade-off is this is the full thing. This is the whole game. If those mistakes aren't fixed, if those mistakes happen at all, I'm sacrificing everything.
Yes.
The whole thing can go wrong at any time. So I guess I am excited for it. I think more excited than dreading. The dreading only comes from being able to fuck up the whole playthrough.
Yes.
Rather than I'm wasting time. I won't feel like the 6 turns are going through the motions. I'll be excited to hit turn 7. I'll be excited to hit the milestone of turn 10, turn 20, the German showing up, having all these other milestones to look forward to. I'm excited for that. So I think, all in all, I'm positive when it comes to it. I don't think I'm dreading it from the standpoint of it's these turns again.
Yeah.
I'm dreading it from the standpoint of this is real now.
Yes.
No takesies, backsies. This is it. But a very good question. Very, very good question, Stephen. And you...
Got a bit left on the end.
Yeah. I also want to say that I love the Common Ground segment and often share them with my D&D group. I'm sure they love that, Stephen. My favourite, other than the obvious C-Day, which I can't remember what C-Day is.
No, I know Poncho Day's a thing.
Yeah, is that C-Day?
Surely not.
I don't know. Maybe we're clearly not trendy enough with our own listener base that we can remember what our own common grounds were. Is turning the world into islands. It's an idea I can get behind because we need more beaches in currently landlocked areas. I agree. I think everyone should have a beach.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my common ground right now. Everyone should have a beach.
We should all
be on the
beach.
beachheads. That's actually the idea I had for, well, not that specifically, but I had an idea for a book once.
Everyone gets a beach.
No, it was some sort of development for a cure for the common cold goes out, and it involves stem cell development, and it creates this like super virus. So they have to isolate everybody into square mile areas.
Oh, yeah.
And they have to live in these square mile areas for 30 years while this disease dissipates. But then people like break out their areas.
And maybe they didn't need to go in, or...
Yeah, maybe the disease is already gone, but they like sort of go across the country, and it's this whole thing. This is pre-COVID as well, so I was kind of a trendsetter for
Damn, if you'd got that out early.
Wow, if only I had the commitment to do something
To write
long
an
form.
entire book.
Anyway, I will sign off here, otherwise I know I will ramble for too long. Subtly, humbly, and bravely, Stephen, sent from the deserts of my mind.
Oh, thank you very much, Stephen.
Perfect. I love a good desert of my mind. I love a good subtle, humble, and brave, and I love a good email. So thank you for that, Stephen. All right, next up, we have an email from our pal Oryx.
Yeah.
What's Oryx saying?
Howdy, it's the humble and brave Icelandic gremlin back at it again.
I like a howdy as well.
I do like howdy.
I drop howdy a lot in my day-to-day conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when I'm at work, like I'll pass someone on the corridor about howdy.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, it's my go-to. It's my go-to greeting. I think it's good. I think howdy is another lost word.
Yeah.
It's a great greeting, and I think it's massively underrated.
Well, it's a good one to pick from the American South, because y'all and howdy are both.
Yeah, maybe it is just the American South. Maybe that's where we resonate.
They're good at greeting people.
I mean, the intro to the podcast is kind of a Western vibe.
Yeah.
So
Maybe spiritually.
that's spiritually where we're in the Old West.
Since we last spoke, I'm no longer working at the shipyard. I'm now drilling for geothermal energy. Fascinating stuff, really. Ironically, the only time I seem to write in are when I get a new job, so hopefully this won't become a pattern.
I mean, hey, if it's a promotion, Oryx, who knows? Get in touch every time you've got a promotion. If it's a new job, then it means it's progress as well, by the way. Moving job to job, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. It means that you're finding your feet, you're settling into something you enjoy.
Also, he's moving from shipyard to geothermal energy, which are both pretty interesting.
Yeah, they're both
probably
awesome
hard,
jobs.
but interesting jobs, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that they've got like real career prospects. And
Yeah.
it's also just a fucking awesome thing to be able to say. What do you do for work? Well, I drill for geothermal energy. What do you do? Well, I work in an office.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, don't talk yourself down here, buddy.
Also, somehow I managed to get a girlfriend.
Hey!
As is my duty as a loyal listener, I've been constantly talking about the podcast and everything surrounding the North Africa campaign. Long story short, she's getting a tiny bit sick of hearing about it.
Oh, buddy, tell me about it. I've been there and done that. The people that I've been involved with during the recording of this podcast, I have talked their ear off about it. I even brought one along to the live show of the podcast. So I think it's part and parcel. If it's an interest of yours, you have to do it. And if it's the case that we get another listener from it, even better. And if it's someone that gets annoyed by it, even better. Because then they'll talk about it. They'll talk about it frustratedly. Oh, my partner won't stop talking about this stupid podcast.
And then their friends will go listen and be like, we agree with your partner.
Well, the guy I work with, he started listening fairly recently. And he's married. And she wants him to listen to an audiobook. And every time he goes to listen to it, or every time she brings it up, he'll say, "Oh, I've got to finish War with a Mate first." And she's like, "Well, how long's that?" And he's like, "Oh, well, they're playing this long board game." And she's like, "Well, how long's left?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I'm not sure, but I'm not quite caught up yet." He's on episode 15, I think. Oh no, sorry, I think he's on like 20 because he's on the history segments. And I said, well, what you should tell her is you'll listen to the whole audiobook, but she has to listen to all of War with a Mate, start to finish, which is an impossible task unless she really locks in.
Yeah.
At which point, I think just by osmosis, she likes the podcast.
Yeah.
She'll become addicted to us by
Stockholm
proxy.
Syndrome.
Oh, that's how the game got us.
I was seriously considering showing up at Gamescom to meet you guys in person, but I wasn't able to get the time off work. Maybe next time.
Oh, yeah, the UK Games Expo was a really fun time. So we hope to be there next year.
Yes, we will.
We have every intention
if they'll
of
have us back, we'll be there.
Yeah, and it was a great turnout from everyone who showed up, whether it was guys who actually came along who were already listeners, or some of the folk that have emailed in since and said that they listen on the back of showing up. So we'd love to go back, and we intend to. So watch the space. The moment we find out that we can get back there, we'll let you guys know. We would love to do another show there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was curious if you guys had ever read about Admiral Yi Sun-sin, arguably one of the greatest admirals of all time. He almost single-handedly pushed back the Japanese invasion of Korea in the late 1500s. I'd highly recommend reading about him if you haven't already. I haven't, but I definitely will give that a look. Sounds pretty interesting.
I mean, pretty much every history segment recommendation we've had has turned out to be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the Maori, I think, was a suggestion.
Oh, yeah, it was. I think we got a couple people who mentioned them, which is why I bumped them up. And then was like, oh, damn, these guys are awesome.
I think that's still my favorite as well. I think that might be my favorite history segment still. There's just something about the bayonet charge and just the really depressing nature of them coming back and being turned back. There's something really beautiful about the whole story, and its poignancy.
And they're just awesome guys. They're also just badasses.
Yeah, I think that's it. I've got a sweet spot for badass people who are tret wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, any history segment ideas, send them in, guys.
I'm also really hoping you'll go forward with the recap of all aces, most successful pilots, tanks divisions, and so on, and award the rightful victor the spoils of a punako or other piece of chocolate.
I think that might be a typo on poncho.
Oh, yes, maybe. Or some kind of Icelandic chocolate.
Possibly, yeah. Or I think more likely poncho.
Yeah.
I think based on our mythos. Yeah, well, that's an interesting point there. Something I guess we'll quickly touch on as well. When we're doing our sort of upkeep of you guys being able to keep an eye on everything as we go along, we will be having detailed reports. We're going to be we've talked about bonus content a bit as well. We're going to be releasing more bonus content alongside the podcast. We've got an idea for the format that will come as a separate announcement. But yeah, there'll be more stuff that will touch on stuff like pilots and specific units. And when it comes to the sort of maybe best units, that'll be something we'll have a look at as well.
Yeah.
Sort of like MVPs. So we've got some ideas for that, absolutely. So very good thing to bring up there, Oryx. It's in the works, absolutely.
Now that you're approaching the end of the trial run, is there a particular session or moment that stands out as your favorite? And on the flip side, what was your least favorite? But that would be all from me. Stay subtle, humble, and brave. Your Icelandic gremlin.
Well, thank you, lovely gremlin. We love a gremlin.
Yep.
We love a fan. We love a listener. We love all you guys getting in touch. It's very, very humbling, very flattering. And with that question, favorite moment, Andy? You've got one that springs to mind.
That is a tough one.
It's difficult to pinpoint the best moment, like the most fun.
I had a lot of fun with the truck bandits, as well as them being relatively effective. It was also like a fun. Oh, we're going like super aggressive.
Yeah,
like mobile. Yeah, I think the fighting around City Barani was probably the like worst.
Yeah,
for me, not that it wasn't fun, but just like as a strategic situation.
Yeah, like
and they're being like, I need to get them out of here,
and you can't force them out.
Yeah, I think
my favorite is probably, now that I look back on it, when I fought back against the 7th around Fort Madalena.
Yeah,
which was around turn 2, I think.
Yes,
that was a lot of fun. I think being able to tackle such a famed unit and getting a bit of pushback against them, because that for me felt like it was the first time where I'd really went on the offensive and started to really make it.
Yeah,
and when I got to push them back to that supply dump and make some headway towards them, I really felt like, oh, this could be the swinging point. And I think that was the first time where I was like, this is actually going well for me. And I know things massively swung around Fort Madalena throughout the play, but that for me was a real highlight where I was like, this can change.
Yeah.
You can push back against them. You can get this round. That tied with the moment I realized I can supply my guys.
Yes.
When I got my trucks working. Worst moment is definitely towards the end when I tried that tactic of retreat to your supply dump and realized I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I just had a moment of absolute devastation and disenchantment with the game completely, even more so than usual. That is, I think, my low point, because it was so close to the end and I just felt so fed up with the game.
I think, shout out as well, the most we laughed, I think, during a play session was the double surrender at Alexandria.
You know what? That is actually up there as one of my favorite moments. Even though it was me losing a full group, it was so funny to march my guys all the way to Alexandria just to have them immediately surrender on arrival. So that was a lot of fun. I do hold that in high regard as a war with a mate, shining moment of fun. It was fun, and even though I lost, I think that's part of what this game is for me. It's that it is stupid, and it's still very enjoyable regardless.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I guess those are it for me. And yeah, yours as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for the question there, Oryx, and thank you as well, Stephen. Thank you both for getting in touch. We take all emails, as you know. Please get in touch. We love hearing from you guys, whether it's about the game, whether it's a hobby of your own, anything at all. Please fire off your questions, fire off your pictures of monuments or war with a mate, school trips, anything you're doing, just get in touch. We'll probably get through a few more emails than usual during this, I'd expect, during the hiatus.
Yeah, I think we'll.
And regardless, we've got forever to read through them all. So you can get us at info@warwiththemate.co.uk. The Instagram is warwiththemate. We'll be updating it weekly still. We put polls and whatnot up on there as well. The announcements for the big stuff coming will be on their YouTube during the actual episodes as well. But yeah, please send us stuff. We love hearing from you guys. And yeah, that's it. And a shout out from the fans for the love for the history segments. Have come through so many emails, and that's fitting because that's what happens now.
It is,
because the mailbag has been zipped back up. Or I guess tied back up. It's a big burlap sack that we have here, full of mobile phones with internet access. So now, Andy, the only place to go is back into the past.
The men of the long-range desert patrols were quite a sight on their return to Cairo from a month's trip to Libya. The contrast between the east and west of the Nile is very marked. In the east, the country...
At this point, I gave little thought to my future, but had always been interested in boats in the sea. I am more or less in the position of a captain in command of a ship, which is on the point of sinking because errors are present.
We are absolutely not qualified to share views on history. Well, Andy, tell me, where and when are we?
We're in Italy, just after World War I, which you might remember went disastrously for Italy.
Yeah, from what I recall, they did not have a particularly grand time.
No. The government of Rome is a carcass that cannot even rot decently. It is a government of thieves, cowards, and capitulators who have signed away the blood of our martyrs for Anglo-Saxon gold. That's a quote from Gabriel D'Annunzio, who is an interesting figure.
Okay, so what I've learned in War with the Mate shorthand is that means this guy is a dickhead.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
Won't be covering him too much this episode. There's a fantastic episode of a podcast called No Gods, No Mayors that someone emailed in about us once.
Oh, yeah.
Where this Gabriel D'Annunzio takes over a city. I think I might loop back to that at some point because I think it's a very interesting story. But we're more looking at how World War I affected Italy and sort of sets up the groundwork for...
This will be a really interesting section because if this is the gulf between World War I and World War II, we're going to get the spellings out of a lot of the stuff that created the environment for fascist Italian rule to take place.
Yes, this is... much like how fascism in Italy came out of an unsatisfying World War I, very much the same. In Germany.
Yeah, so there's going to be some parallels, I'd expect, yeah.
We've covered Italy's major front for World War I, so let's have a look at the outcomes. Italy suffered between 651,000 and 680,000 military deaths from combat, wound, and disease. And also 600,000 Italian civilians also die, with up to 3/4 of those deaths coming from Spanish flu. So,
which is absolutely wild.
Yeah. And they've also got 1 million returning wounded soldiers, half of which will be permanently disabled.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. There were roughly 7 million military-aged males in Italy in 1915, and just under 6 million of them would be called up. This means basically everyone knows someone who served and most likely knows people who died or have come back injured. It's like, well, yeah.
The vast majority of people have been impacted directly in their life.
Yeah.
Through the war, regardless of like the knock-on effect on the country.
Yeah, and the knock-on effect, so you've got this like awful human cost, and the economy also has a nightmare. So before and immediately after the war, Italy is primarily agrarian, about 40% of its workforce involved in agriculture, which is devastated by the amount of people who leave to go to the front and then don't come back. So
you've got a lot of people who actually need to tend the land, to allow people to live. And if it's 40%, I mean, what's the percentage of people who went to war?
Well, 7 million military-aged men, 6 million and something get called up.
Yeah, so and the amount of them that died as well. Again, with the flu figures as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're looking at, like, what is that, like maybe half of the people involved in agriculture?
Probably a lot more, because I think a lot of the people who didn't go were wealthier.
Right, yeah, so they're not going to be people involved in it, yeah.
Although there were
disproportionate amounts of people who were involved in agriculture would have been sent to war.
Yes, because they're poorer and
and fit and able.
Yeah.
That's
Although
so
I imagine a
stuff.
certain level will be like, well, we need someone to stay on the farm.
Well, that's what I'm
Like,
thinking as well. Like at a high level, surely, from what we know of Italian leadership,
that's
at
the
this stage,
thing. They're not.
I mean, last time we
Yeah.
were talking about the guy more fitting for fragging than anyone else I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
The worst boss ever. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they didn't think this through.
Yeah. And also the war industry has monopolized machinery and also chemicals, which would be used for fertilizers.
Yeah, so you've got nothing there. Not even
you've taken
them.
all of the workforce and then you've taken, oh, we're not making any tractors or fertilizer. We're making tanks and bullets. Like, so yeah. And then also the war, they did industrialize fairly heavily during the war, as you kind of have to.
Yeah.
But this will also lead to problems afterwards. So, like, if you take Fiat, for example, they were a car company at the start of the war, but they expanded massively to become, like, a major industrial player in Italy. Like, probably one of the biggest ones. They've become the official provider of vehicles to the Italian army as part of a pivot away from being a commercial car company. They also diversify into weapons, planes, and tanks. To support this massive growth, they go from 4,000 employees in 1914 to 40,000 in 1918. So it's like a 10x of their like workforce.
That's a big boost.
Yeah. But then the war ends. And they've got all the demand disappears overnight for the government contracts. But also the country's completely broke, so there's no market for cars. So they've got 40,000 employees, all these new factories and stuff they've built. But they can't support any of it. So even on the surface, they'd look like one of the major winners, as it were.
Yeah.
But they're now in an untenable...
Well, there's a huge deficit there.
Yeah.
It's they've got nothing to put into it.
Yeah, and they've got all these raw materials, and then the Italian government were like, well, we would have bought that off you, but we're not going to like pay you for stuff we don't want anymore.
This is such a bad position to be in.
Yeah, and like this is not just Fiat. I've just used Fiat as an example, but this is like most businesses that got bigger in the war got too big.
Yeah, because what are they going to do with that?
Yeah,
there is no demand for this. What are you going to? What cars are you making? Who are you making them for?
Yeah, because they were making 4,000 vehicles a year before, and then 16,000 vehicles a year towards the end of the war.
Who are those vehicles for? Is that part of the war?
That's they went from commercial cars.
Oh right, okay.
To
so
like they became the provider of the trucks for the Italian army.
Okay.
So again, also you've got a factory for building military trucks, like
for the masses.
Yeah,
and then afterwards, it's like, well, everyone's going to come back. Well, not everyone is going to come back. About half the people are coming back, and you're still ready to churn out all these cars.
Yeah,
who's getting the cars? Who's buying the cars as well?
You also have a factory for making machine guns that no one's buying.
Yeah, and how do you repurpose that machinery?
Yeah,
because I imagine at the time it's going to be quite precise machinery.
Well, I think there is a thing, sort of World War I, World War II. I think there were, and please correct me if I'm wrong on this.
I won't know, by the way. Just to let you know, I can't correct you because I don't
But
know.
Factories were much more, I guess, generic. Whereas now modern factories are like hyper specialized, where it's like this robot arm paints this door that another robot arm puts on this
chassis of a car, and
okay, right. Whereas then it's more like, we're machining,
we're making pipes.
Like you've got production lines from like Ford's getting stuff going, but it's not the same kind of manufacturing.
Yeah, it's like we've got a production line here that can make pipes of different sizes. Those pipes can be gun barrels, or they can go into like cylinders for vehicles, or maybe a bit more holistic. Yeah,
more like a workshop. on a factory scale than a factory, I
Than
guess.
a specific production line of tiny parts for specific things. Okay, right, yeah. So they can repurpose it to an extent, but regardless, they still have too many factories,
Too many workers.
based around production.
Yeah. And they won't cover it this episode. There's a famous occupation of a Fiat factory by like socialist unions. There's like a big like tipping point in the rise of fascism, and they're like Red 2 years. So like this will have a very direct effect.
Oh, well, I'm interested maybe about that
yeah.
history segment one day.
Yeah, we'll get to that pretty soon. Well, yeah,
Okay.
but not to this week. So Italy's also just financially completely wrecked. So their national debt balloons over the course of the war from 15 billion lira to 85 billion lira.
Oh,
So
that's
like
a big,
their
big jump.
entire national debt from the time they were formed in like 50s or 60s.
More than quintuples.
Yeah, in 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, in the same time period, the lira loses 80% of its value.
Oh, that's fine.
So
then.
you can kind of times that by the gulf by 5 almost of like, we've got this much debt and our money is now worth less.
Oh, right. Okay, so that's based on the original value of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
yeah.
lira loses 8. It's like if the pound went to like being worth 20 pence for like exchange, or like, you know.
Yeah, so it's like you owe this much money, but your money is worth nothing.
Yeah, and we want it as like the value, not. You're
Right.
not getting out of this by like giving us a bunch of the worthless lira.
Okay, so quintuple it, and then quintuple that.
Yes, because their debt isn't in lira for the most part, because countries tend not to give other countries debt in that
In their
country's
currency.
currency.
So their debt's increased by 25 times what it
Kinda,
was.
yeah.
Fucking hell, that's insane.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd hate to be their accountant.
Yeah. So Italy has paid dearly for its part in World War One.
No, the issue is they haven't paid.
Oh. And they paid partially because of the Treaty of London signed in 1915 with Britain, France, and Russia, who offered large territorial gain in exchange for opening a new front. That was like Southern Tyrol we mentioned in the lead-up one.
Yes, yeah.
Those kind of things that got them to join.
One of the non-secret treaties.
No, that was a secret one.
Oh, this is a secret.
This is a secret one. Yeah.
It's a secret debt treaty.
Yeah, because it's a secret treaty because they didn't want to give the terms publicly, because then the Austro-Hungarians and the Germans would know. And because Italy had been negotiating with both to try and get bought into the war by one side or the other.
I hate the past, man. It sucks.
Yeah. They'd been promised expansion in the northeast, then around the Adriatic, through modern-day Croatia. They were promised the islands they captured during the Italo-Turkish War. They also wanted to make Albania a protectorate where Italy would control their foreign policy.
Why is that always the case? Why is it always, we're going to control your foreign policy? We're going to send in police force to do whatever they want to do if it's against our wishes.
Yeah.
Every time, they always put that in as a caveat.
But it's also, we're going to control your foreign policy, so we're not controlling your domestic policy, so we're not going to help with anything like rebuilding or schools, or we're just going to be like, you're at war with this country, not this country.
It's always the worst end of the deal.
They also had a deal with Britain and France that if either of those countries increased their colonies in Africa, Italy would get like some compensation or the ability to like do that as well around Eritrea, Somalia, and Libya. They also hadn't discussed the city of Flume, which would become a sticking point. That's the city that D'Annunzio will go and take over later, being like, this should be ours. But the problem they've got here is Flume or Fiume is not an Italian city ethnically, but all the other stuff they've said is basically like, we need to expand Italy so Italians can live in it. And then they've got this other thing they want. That's just purely we want to grab a thing, like, which makes their it's hard for them to have like consistency at the negotiating table.
Yeah,
because they're like undercutting their own. It's like, do you want the world to work this way or this way? You can't have it work both ways.
Yeah, there's no negotiation in place. It's all based on a false promise.
So here's another D'Annunzio quote. They want to put the genius of Italy in a cage made of paper protocols and false democratic promises. They forget that our peace was bought with the carnal house of the Alps. So that's a general vibe for how Italy's feeling as well, because they've paid really fucking heavily. The problem is they've not really contributed to the war effort because Britain and France had to bail them out. So they've spent 1 million lives and like 1 million further casualties, but everyone else is looking at them like you've not done anything.
Yeah, all you've done is, unfortunately, you've killed 1 million of your people.
Yeah,
and
we had to come
changed.
And bail you out. And the whole point of this was to relieve pressure on us by opening a new front. And now we have to divert people here.
Fucking hell. Italy, historically, man, what a mess.
Oh,
this has gone so bad for them.
So when they come to the 1919 Paris Peace Conference, they are in theory part of the Big Four with Britain, France, and the USA.
In theory. Sorry, the funny part, I know what happens after all this. I know how this ends. I know about World War II. It just gets worse.
However, their disastrous military performance has changed the dynamic. Britain and France saw things as we offered you these things to alleviate pressure on us, and then we had to send a bunch of elite troops to help you out.
Oh, no.
They argued that Italy was a liability, and as such, they shouldn't have to keep their promises.
Sorry, they did it so badly they don't have to stay true to their word anymore.
They basically this has gone so badly that we're gonna just ignore this treaty.
You did so badly, we're going to remove the concept of trust from this arrangement.
They also knew Italy had been negotiating with both sides before the war and had acted purely opportunistically and transactionally.
Like Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm playing both sides, so I always come out on top.
You shouldn't have told us that.
You don't say that to us. And then the fact that they've also failed to succeed despite doing that is insane.
Britain and France also feel that because they were under pressure at the time, they overpromised to get Italy on side, and then Italy under-delivered. So they're like, well, you put us in a corner. We gave more than you wanted to. We would have tried to fight back at this anyway, and you've given us a reason.
Oh my God.
Also, this is all deeply complicated by the fact when the Bolsheviks take over Russia in 1917, Lenin's like, oi, Tolstoy, you go down the archives, have a look around. And they find this secret agreement, and they just put it on the front page of the newspaper, and it becomes like an international scandal.
This just went so badly.
This hugely damages Britain and France's global image, obviously. Because they'd been presenting themselves as upholding law and sovereignty. Even the justification to get involved, or like, Belgium's a neutral country, we have to protect their neutrality. And it's like, meanwhile, you're making secret deals to carve up the world. Because that's the similar secret deal to the one where France and Britain were like, well, you can have this half of the Middle East and I'll take the other half. Against the wishes of anyone in the Middle East.
Yes, you don't have the pieces to play here, buddy.
This actually leaked during the war and caused problems because many Serbians and Croatians joined the war and fought harder because they now knew their homelands were explicitly at stake because Italy had made this deal that became public. So they were like, oh shit, if we lose the war, we lose our homeland. So it makes people fight harder against the Allies in World War One. And then they've got one more complication for the Italians coming in.
Yeah.
Which is the arrival of Woodrow Wilson, who has a vision for a new world order, president of America. He's got a 14-point plan for how he thinks everything should play out. The first point of that plan is no secret international agreements or private deals. All peace treaty and diplomacy must happen in public view. So
they're gonna hate that.
So he comes in and he's like,
think of worse news for them to hear.
He comes in and he's like, well, right, I'm not upholding that because my whole thing is not doing secret deals. So Britain and France don't want to keep the deal because it's a bad deal for them and they're sneaky bad countries in this. And then America's come in and being like, no secret deals. So Woodrow Wilson's like, I'm not honouring that. And Britain and France are like, oh no, I guess we won't honour it.
Oh, well, if we can't do secret deals anymore, shucks.
Oh, what a shit.
And Italy's just stood there like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
This leads to a frustrated Prime Minister, Victoria Orlando, walking out of the Paris Peace Conference on April 24, 1919. At first, the Italian public treat him as a national hero for this sign that he's standing up to imperial bullies. Everyone in the country's getting behind this guy, from like nationalist to socialist. It's like full support. Also mixed with intense anger towards America and the Allies. This includes huge riots, burning American flags.
Oh no. Oh dear. This has went so badly.
This goodwill quickly dries up when Britain, France, and America just sort of shrug and continue without begging Italy to come back. Britain and France are actually pretty happy about this and use the time to carve up the German and Ottoman colonial empires. Eventually, Orlando sheepishly returns to the negotiation table, but after weeks of them just continuing without him, and now he has absolutely no leverage. This humiliation and lack of respect from the Allies leads to a belief in something called a mutilated victory and a complete disillusionment with the concept of a liberal state. And we'll end it with a last D'Annunzio quote. Our victory has the face of a beautiful woman, but her rivals have scarred her and her friends have abandoned her. She is a mutilated victory, but she is still ours. And that's, yeah.
What did they think they were doing something with that bit of poetry there?
Well, yeah, this idea of the mutilated victory is going to become like a huge through line for like Mussolini's rise of like, everyone betrayed us, we technically won, but like, what the hell did we get out of it?
No, you didn't technically win.
Yeah, it's like you joined the winning side late and hampered them, and then I'm like, why have they not been nicer to us?
Yeah, you've been carried across the finish line, bleeding, wounded, crippled, and then you're going, "Where's my medal?
Yeah,
where are my rewards? Where's my prize?" It's like, nobody, you survived. You got through in the end, and you're on our team, I guess. You don't get the big boy prize.
But this is the like groundwork of the grievance and resentment that like fascism will seize upon. But it's like, what would you think they should have got? Like,
what do they expect on the back of all that?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a, I guess, to go back to the chess that we played earlier, there was a move that you used against me. And it feels fitting for this, where you feel like you've went 2 steps ahead, but in reality, you only went halfway there, and you were killed along the way, and you still want to take the glory for the full move.
Yeah.
The Italian en passant is what's just occurred. Well, we've made it all the way over here. No, you died halfway there. They actually moved into the spot you were in. You're gone. You've become a burden.
It's just such a mess for them. Like,
my favorite part of that is definitely all right, well, this can't get any worse. So America have decided no more secret treaties.
Yeah. I will also say that's point 1 of his plan. Point 14 is create the League of Nations. This is also a bad plan. This does not help.
None of it has helped. It's all secret treaties anyway.
Yeah.
It's secret treaties the whole way down.
Because every treaty is, like, by default secret. And then it's like, oh, they made this one public.
Oh, God.
It's also a very funny move by the Bolsheviks to just be like, we're just airing all this fucking dirty laundry on the front page of the papers.
That's a very funny move to just call it out.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, we just found this. Anyway, front page news.
Because they do
treaties.
They do the revolution, which causes Russia to leave the war, and then they're like, oh, we'll also start chucking hand grenades into everyone else who's still in the war.
The past never fails to amaze me, Andy.
No.
And the Italians never fail to disappoint me in the past. You know what? I've been to Italy, and it's a beautiful country and incredible people. And to know that they've had such hard times in the past, historical missteps from their leaders, is just so wild. And then to see the country so incredible there, the landscape, the beauty of the culture. I mean, it's kind of like, I'm not the inverse of Britain, because we've had a situation where we've been shit in the past, and our country's just kind of a mess now anyway.
Yeah.
Where the infrastructure, the government, everything about the country now is just kind of, what's going on? But at least in Italy, it's still a beautiful landscape.
Yeah.
If anything, there is no massacred beauty, as they try to describe it. It's actually just a beautiful land. Whereas here, we didn't even have that. We just have kind of a mess of an island.
Well, it makes sense the British went out and conquered the rest of the world. They live in Britain. Whereas, like, you're in Italy, just stay in Italy. Like,
it's
nothing
nice
you're going to take over is going to be as nice as just Italy.
Especially when you're going there and you're destroying it.
Oh yeah, they're also bad at colonialism.
Yeah, we know that they're historically bad because they show up, they raise towns, they salt the earth.
Even from like a purely like evil, like good at colonialism as in making money perspective, they never make money on Libya.
No.
They paid Gaddafi like concessions for the occupation, which is also crazy. But like none of their colonies ever produced any money for them because they couldn't manage them properly.
It kind of feels like they had the Roman Empire.
Yes.
And they thought, right, we're good at this. Let's give it another go. And it's like, no, buddy, sometimes you're just a one-trick pony. And sometimes the trick doesn't work anymore. Because everyone's old to it.
They were Romans, you're Italians. There is actually a difference.
Yes, like, it's a very different situation. You can't just... I mean, we've seen it. Mussolini. We've seen it. It doesn't work. What a slice of history you've fed me today, Andy.
It's just such a mess. It was all... how preventable all of this shit is if, like, some people had some, like, foresight or
hindsight.
Because it's not the first time any of it
exactly. They are repeat offenders of bad ideas.
At least they kind of caught on after World War II, where they're like, we shouldn't destroy Germany again.
I guess, fine, we'll give them that. Oh, God. Well... They might be at war in the past, Andy. But the interesting spot we have now is we're not at war now. However, we have committed to to staying close through this, and after what happened in chess, I'm feeling like coming together and finding some place to unify at the end of all this, despite the hijinks of the history segment there, is important.
Yes.
So I think that even though it's the hiatus, as always, we keep up with some common ground.
Oh, we gotta do common ground.
Here we are. And now for something nicer. A little oasis in the war. It's time for some common ground. I'm trying the intro for common ground. I'm recording. Maybe. Yeah. Common ground is, of course, the segment in which Andy and I come together to agree on a topic, and each week we alternate who picks the topic, and we'll discuss it, and we'll come to that agreement, that common ground, which brings us together as friends, usually in the heat of war, but right now it's just over a simple game of chess and coming together now, so I guess the stakes are slightly lower. But Andy, what's your common ground?
I think we need to update our protein sources as a society. We should be eating more bugs and rabbits.
Right. Okay. Now, you understand surely the issue with this suggestion for me.
What issue?
Well,
I thought this would be an insta-agree.
Well, the issue here, Andy, is I really love rabbits.
Okay. That's fine.
In what way? You just said we should eat more rabbits.
And because we are, there'll be more rabbits.
Okay. All of a sudden, this is sounding a bit better. The issue is, Andy, what I love about rabbits is I love seeing them. I love giving them a little tickle. I love holding them, and I love being around rabbits. It takes the shine off it a little bit if I'm tickling it and I'm like, you're gonna be eaten tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, but no, you say yes if I'm going to say something else.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know if my intonation sort of did something else there. That's my point.
Okay. You know the like big rabbits?
Yeah.
They're like the size of a small dog.
Yeah.
They're the ones I'm talking about.
Right. Sorry, you think that I have some sort of persuasion towards tiny rabbits?
Yeah. Do you not? Do you just like all rabbits, regardless of size?
Yes.
It's very...
Sorry, you think if it's a small rabbit, I love it, and if it's a big rabbit, eat it. Did you really think that was where the line was?
Maybe.
It seems like a very solid yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry to have to pick that away from you
Okay.
there. What? No.
They're a great source of food we should be taking better advantage of.
Why?
For one, they breed like rabbits.
Famously.
So you get a lot of them.
Yeah, you will.
And then you can fatten them up more sustainably. Because, like, for cows, you need to, like, chop down a bunch of shit and, like, get rid of forests and stuff. Rabbits can just be, like, fucking around in the undergrowth and doing their thing.
They still need to eat.
Yeah, but not, like... They can eat stuff from the... just nature and the ground.
Right, okay.
They need to eat far less than a cow. There's far more wasted calories getting a cow to the plate than a rabbit.
Is there? Do you know this?
Yeah, cows are big fuckers and they live for ages. Rabbits live for about a couple of months and you can fatten them up and eat them.
You said that with such throwaway cadence that makes me think you have no idea what you're talking about. Because you said that with all of the conviction of a man who's not looked into this.
I thought that was an important part of common ground.
I guess it's not an important part of common ground. It's just unfortunately become a staple of common ground. And I don't know, there was something about this that, and this is on me, it felt like for a moment you knew what you were talking about. That's on me for having any level of faith in what you're talking about.
But it's true.
You can't just say because it's true.
Cows live like 4 or 5 years, right?
I guess if you kill them.
Yes.
I think I think cows could probably live longer than 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, if they weren't so delicious.
The folly of the cow being tasty.
Are you looking up cow lifespan?
Yeah, cow lifespan is something I'm definitely searching right now because that's right. Okay, 15 to 22 years. So 5 years.
That actually helps my point.
Does it?
Yeah, because you need to feed it every day for 20 years. But you only care about how fat it is on the day you kill it.
I don't think they kill cows on the last day. I don't think they wait
No,
until...
I assure you, every single cow has been killed on the last day of its life. I promise you that. I haven't looked that up, but that is just a thing that's true.
Right, don't get philosophical, you dick. The cows can live longer.
Yeah.
We're not letting cows live to be 22 years old and then killing them when they were going to die of cow old age. They're not gonna die in the cow hospice.
Okay, think of how many cows you could put in a field.
Right, I'm picturing it.
You could get way more biomass in that field of rabbits.
I don't know that you can.
You can.
Because cows are, and I don't know how I'm going to try and explain this. Cows are taller, and rabbits are all just kind of on the floor.
Yeah.
Like sort of shoulder to shoulder. Like if I'm thinking like, battery farm, cows are kind of hoisted up on their legs and it feels like they've got more space.
They take up more space.
I don't know. Well, first of all, I still disagree with this because I like rabbits. You mentioned something else at the start of this common ground, though. You mentioned bugs.
Yep.
Talk to me about bugs, Andy.
They have all the advantages of rabbits.
What are we doing? What happens when the game's not here? This feels worse somehow.
Look, cows, very bad for the environment.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
So,
I agree with that.
So we have less cows.
Okay.
That's
fine.
good for the environment.
It's good for the planet. Okay, cool.
But I don't want to be a vegetarian.
Okay, yeah.
So we fill the protein gap.
Yeah, I like
with rabbits and bugs.
But I like rabbits.
You don't have to eat them.
And you can't have bugs. Right, okay, now you're putting me...
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing.
I don't like this.
You like
you're
rabbits.
Putting me in a tough spot.
So you don't have to eat rabbits. But there are places where they eat animals we consider pets. And vice versa.
Yeah, there are. You're putting me in a tough spot here because what you've done is you've made me question meat eating in general. Because what you've just done there is you've put me in a situation of, well, I don't want to eat this animal, but I don't want to not eat meat. And I guess that's kind of why I sit where I'm like, I do care about animals. I care about the suffering of animals, but I also do like a lot of meat. A lot of my diet is meat-based. I have a lot of chicken. A lot of my diet is chicken and beef.
A chicken is about the size of a big fat rabbit.
But it's not quite as cute.
No, because it's a bird.
That's true. Birds are
evil.
Well, it's not what I was going to say. You ornithophobe.
I'm not an ornithophobe. I'm just realistic about birds.
I don't know. I think it's a bit of column A, a bit of column B. Right. Okay. So there's got to be some common ground in this. I agree that cows are bad for the environment. I agree. There's probably a way to optimize this. Is there some sort of bug farm that we can do here?
Oh yeah.
What bugs? Maybe you know about this. What kind of bugs can we eat?
Cockroaches.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound tasty.
Crickets.
Oh, I don't want to. No.
Woodlice.
No, these are all.
No,
bad.
but the thing is, with the bugs, you grind them up.
Yeah, but okay, hang on a minute. Hang on. I can maybe work with this. Can you make them into nuggets?
Yeah, they're like corn.
A bucket.
A bucket.
Okay, hang on a
bucket of buggets.
I could have a bucket of buggets.
Yeah.
All right, hang on a minute. Bucket of buggets.
And for a lot of ultra-processed meat, it's barely meat anyway. So let's keep the cows and pigs and stuff we are going to keep around.
Yeah.
For like high-quality meat.
Yeah.
And you know the like pink sludge meat?
Yeah, my favorite.
Let's make that our bugs.
Okay. Because I'd be fine with that as you know what, this I've just realized I'm having flashbacks to the start of this. I'm having flashbacks to Huel. And I've realized I'm I'm not actually a different man. What I have realized, though, is you are. Because you're talking about the same thing. The same thing I used to talk about. Replacing meals, traditional meals, with just sludge.
No, I'm not replacing. I'm adding I'm adding ingredients to the like standard ingredient set.
I'm going to spin this on you a little bit. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
What's wrong with Huel? What is it you don't like about Huel?
It's like a weirdly sterile hustle grind set optimization thing that strips the joy out of actual life so you can be like better at your marketing job. Like it's just a deeply grim.
But it's not about that though. It's a meal replacement drink. It's a drink that is the nutritional value of a meal in a drink.
Yeah.
So you're talking now about grinding up all the bugs
yeah,
to be as good as meat.
Well, it is meat. It's just from smaller stuff.
But it's to be as good as traditional consumption meat.
Yeah, or at least do the lower bit.
Yeah.
The like nuggets, burgers, that stuff.
Hanley, you're doing Huel.
No.
You are doing Huel right now.
Look, me and the people at Huel both think human nutrition has room to grow. But I'm doing bugs and rabbits, and they're doing soulless drinks.
No, you've just compared yourself to Huel.
In the same way that, like, Gordon Ramsay and a fry cook are both in the culinary business.
Yeah.
In that analogy, I'm Gordon Ramsay, and Huel is the fry cook, by the
way. No, what you've done, and you know what, I'm coming closer to the common ground here. You've accepted that there is a replacement for meal.
I will actually come and meet you somewhere here. I will say, putting bugs in Huel might be the way to Trojan horse this into society.
Andy, I don't disagree.
Okay, so the common ground is Huel should have more bugs in it.
Oh my god, I agree completely. I think we need to get bug flavor. I think we need to get the Bugget working as one of the Huel meals.
Yeah.
We've come full circle, Andy.
We have.
From the start all the way to now, the wrap up, the after party of the practice run, we've solved the Huel crisis.
We've invented Buell.
Buell. It's beautiful.
Bug fuel.
Bug fuel. Fueled by bugs, for bugs. Because there's 4 bugs in every sip.
Oh, yeah.
This is incredible. Oh, man. This...
Actually, that is... The reason I don't like Huel is because it's dystopian. It actually fits perfectly with putting bugs in food.
Yeah, that's not dystopian at all.
No, it fits it. It's nice.
But you're fine with that?
Yeah, I think so.
If it's open about what it is, we're putting bugs into a drink. Drink the bugs.
Yes.
Fuck the trucks. Drink the bugs.
Because there's a bit of protein in there, and probably a lot of the bug is fiber.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Gotta be. Just by the nature of it.
So grind that shit up.
And you can also then at that point have Huel with bits or without bits.
Yeah.
Where they either grind it up like finely or they don't.
I'd also be interested... Would vegetarians... You know how you have pescatarians because they're like, I don't want to eat meat because it's like a mammal and it's like a thinking thing, but fish aren't.
Yeah.
You could be a bugatarian.
Yeah.
And still feel fairly moral.
Like a cricketarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we've actually found a common ground for people who aren't really sure what bugs are. Because bugs are in a kind of grey area.
I've also definitely named bugs that aren't suitable for... Like, I know some bugs are. I've probably named bugs that are like, you cannot eat them.
But Annie, we're ideas men. We're not details men. Join us in a few minutes while we start the campaign for North Africa. Full game, by the way, guys. We're not details men. You know what? I think that's a beautiful common ground, Andy. I think this has come incredibly full circle. I feel like this has really been the coda to the practice run that we needed. I think it's been a real game of chess to get us to this point, emotionally, psychologically, and it's a beautiful conclusion that we've got to here. The rest of this hiatus is going to be... you said it. We're going to... You know what? We're going to continue playing some games. We're going to formulate the way to make the full playthrough fantastic. We're going to read out some listener mail. We're going to have some common ground, some history. It's going to be great. Stick along the entire way. Everyone listening, thank you for coming this far. We're excited for what comes next. And if you want to reach us, you can do at info@warwithamate.co.uk. The Instagram is warwithamate. The website is warwithamate.co.uk, which we'll be updating as part of this. And I guess in this interim, before you hear from us next, before the big playthrough, the big full thing starts, episode 100, 30th of October, keep an eye out for an announcement about that big episode. I've been James.
I've been Andy. Stay subtle, humble, and brave.
And we are currently meandering, slowly but surely, through the deserts of our minds. Good night.